everyone, it's Jordan, and today I'm going to be talking about my August wrap-up and September TBR. I didn't read a lot of books in August. It's okay because August is usually a slow read month for me because there's some of the days that I feel like reading and some of the days that I don't feel like reading. So, but I've read 4 books, which is good, and my September TBR, I'm not going to be giving myself a big one because since I'm in school, I don't want to push myself to read when I have homeworks to do, so let's get started. The first book that I've read in August is To All the Boys I Loved Before by Jenny Han. I love this book so much. I know it's one of the popular contemporaries, that is a trilogy. I've heard good things about it, and I'm glad that I picked it up, plus it turned into a movie, which I did not see, by the way. But I love this book. I love Laura Jean and all the other characters. I can relate to Laura Jean because I love to bake, and I actually write notes to past crushes, and I still write notes to my boyfriend whenever I want. And if my hair is blowing right now, it's because the AC's on. Sorry about that. But anyways, I just love this book so much, and I give this book 5 out of 5 stars. The next book that I've read in August is Sea Witch by Sarah Henning. I have a book review up. I think it will be up before the video goes up. If I do, I'll link it to the corner and down below. But oh my gosh, I love this book so much. Like, of course, this book is an origin story of the Sea Witch from The Little Mermaid, but it's a little bit slow in the beginning. I had to give you guys details about that, but after a few chapters, I've read so quickly. I've read for 3 days. Oh my gosh, I love this book so much. I've cried at the end. I know I saw it coming, but I'm still sad about the ending, and I'm like, oh my gosh, why? But I still love this book overall, and I've read this for the Fairy Tale-a-thon, which I'm also gonna link the reading vlog in the corner and down below. And this was the group book for the Fairy Tale-a-thon, and I'm glad that I started reading this before the other books on my TBR, and I just, oh my gosh, I love this book so much, and obviously I give this 5 out of 5 stars. The next book that I've read in August and for the Fairy Tale-a-thon, and it's a reread for me, which is Peter Pan by J.M. Barrie, and you guys know that I'm a big Peter Pan fan, and I was reading Enchantment of Ravens before I started to pick Peter Pan up, but I couldn't get into Enchantment of Ravens. Nothing wrong with the story or anything, I just wasn't in the mood for it, so I decided to pick up Peter Pan, and obviously I give this 5 out of 5 stars because it's my favorite, and I'm a big fan of Peter Pan. The next book that I've read in August is 3 Dark Crowns by Kendara Blake. I've listened to this on audiobook. I really enjoyed it, but I was zoning out half the time as I was listening to it, which is my own fault. That's why I put a low rating. There's nothing wrong with the story or anything. I really enjoyed it. It's just my fault as a reader for not paying attention to what was going on in the book. But I'm gonna give it a reread. I might read it physically to see if I actually like it better than the audiobook. But I still enjoy 3 Dark Crowns. I don't have it with me. It's at my house, but I still enjoyed it, and I give this 4 out of 5 stars. The last book that I've read in August, and I've read this during a Fairy Tale-a-thon, but I didn't finish it by then, is The Forbidden Wish by Jessica Corey. I think that's how you pronounce it, but this is a retelling of Aladdin. I liked it, but there was one scene that it was like I did not expect it, because I'm not sure if that's part of the culture, like it's a common thing, but I still enjoy this book. That's like one scene. I don't want to spoil on what happens, plus I don't like speaking something that's like inappropriate, but I still enjoy it. I just have a lot of mixed feelings about it. I still like it, don't get me wrong. It's just that one scene really bugged me, and it couldn't get out of my head since I've read it, but I had to take 1 star away because of that scene, but I'm not sure if it was supposed to be part of the story or like that was part of the culture. I wasn't sure, but overall I still enjoyed it, and I give this 4 out of 5 stars. Now let's get to my September TBR, and the first book on my TBR is Fox by Nadine Brontes. I think that's how you pronounce her name. Let me know in the comments down below so I wouldn't mispronounce the name again. I just started this like yesterday or a few days ago. I'm not that far into it. I just read the first chapter and I'm really enjoying it so far. And this is a historical fantasy book about this guy who's caught the plague. The plague is people turning to stone and thinking that there's no cure, and goes on a journey to find a cure for the plague. And I'm really liking the historical aspects of the book and the fantasy. It's really rare for me to pick up historical fiction that is also a fantasy, but I'm really enjoying this, and the cover is really beautiful. As you can see, it's really beautiful, but I'm really enjoying this so far, and hopefully it'll be a 5-star read for me. The next book that I'm going to be reading in September is Winter by Marissa Meyer. I actually didn't read this for the Fairy Tale-a-thon. It was on my TBR, but I didn't finish the audiobook that I was reading at the time, which is 3 Dark Crowns, which is not part of the reading challenges for the Fairy Tale-a-thon. I started Winter. I'm loving it. I'm sad that I'm finishing up the Lunar Chronicles. This is becoming one of my favorite book series of all time, and I'm really sad about it, but I'm excited to read it. And I'm it's a retelling of Snow White, obviously, but I think Winter's becoming my favorite out of the Lunar Chronicles. I'm not quite sure yet. I'm like 3 hours in, and it's almost a 24-hour. So I think Winter is going to be one of my favorite books out of the Lunar Chronicles, and I'm really hoping I am going to enjoy it, because I don't usually like the last books of the series, but this is becoming one of my favorites out of the Lunar Chronicles, so I'm hoping that I would read it by the end of September, because of how long the audiobook is, but I've been listening to it, so which is a good thing, so yeah. The next book that I'm going to be reading in September is Stalking Jack the Ripper by Carrie Maniscalco. I've heard good things about it, plus it's also historical fiction. I'm picking up historical fictions for September, but all I know is it's about this girl who was hunting down Jack the Ripper or something. I think that's what it's about. Let me know in the comments down below, but I've heard good things about it, plus it seems like a good read during the fall, so yeah. The next book that I'm going to be reading for September is The Magician's Nephew by C.S. Lewis. This is the first book of the Chronicles of Narnia series. I want to read the whole series so badly. Since I've read the first 2 books for class, I want to finish the rest of the series, and I thought rereading the first 2 books would help me. Like, I know I'm familiar with the world and everything. I just thought rereading it might help me follow along with the books. So, and of course, since they're short, the Lion, the Witch, and Wardrobe would be the next book on my TBR for September. So that's all for my August wrap-up and September TBR. If you enjoyed this video, give us a thumbs up and comment down below the books that you've read in August or the books that you're going to be reading in September. If you want to follow me on social media, I have Facebook under Last Reader, and I have Twitter and Instagram on LastReader19. I also have Goodreads, which I'll link down below. And if you don't want to miss any of my new videos, hit subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!